full moon. And depending where you are, could be the full moon today, tomorrow. And so we've had a week of full moon energies. And the full moon, remember, is the full reflection of the sun. And because we're in the full moon, we're being bathed with the silver goddess ray. We're being bathed with the goddess, the god ray, the gold god ray, the sun. And in the spiritual weather report, we went into a lot of the energies that are happening right now. Just know, if you haven't seen that, that you are in a state of abundance despite all the fear that is raging, and that is being stirred up with Mars in Cancer. We have this beautiful moon in Libra, and what it's doing is bringing the sun and Jupiter. Wow, that's expansion. And so there's opportunities and there's abundance. But I explained in the spiritual weather report that you have to feel it. You have to disconnect, not just stop watching the news, but then clear your mind. Do you think about that? Do you worry about that? Do you try to judge, blame, or control something? All of that needs to become others' opinions that live outside of your light body, because you have all the map, all the codes within, and your abundance is assured because you came here fully funded. All right. So we've been gifted with some really beautiful energies. The expansion, the sun being yourself, your codes, your upgrades, your light, your power. The sun bringing you the codes you need to grow that are perfect for you. There's so many in there. It's like a dolphin sound. Their frequency can be decoded now, but we don't know how to read most of it. It is packed, packed, packed with intense, complex energy that can be read, interpreted, received in different ways by different people. So when the dolphins send energy, frequency, when you do energy or frequency work, all energy can perceive it. It's just, are they open to what's optimal for them and then it comes into them, or are they connected to what is not optimal or toxic? And that's where most people have been. So watch that to see where we are, and we're going to dive into our beautiful meditation now. So I want you first to think about the sweet life. So did you have, or do you have an idea of, in your imagination or your hopes and dreams, perhaps do you feel completely disconnected from a sweet life? What would it mean if your life was sweet? I have this mug. I like fun mugs. And so it's a little panda having a party. And the top actually has a gold crown that comes out of it. So the sweet life. And what I love too is this is sort of a symbolism. The one eye closed, the one eye open. This is the balance, right? Of being within and without. We can do, it's very hard to do. A little infinity symbol there between those. All right. Thank you. So I'm going to pass that beautiful energies, and I'm going to pass that energy of the cacao plant to you, because this is something we use on my retreats, and it is regenerative. It is heart opening, heart healing, and it raises your serotonin. So as you do this work with me, as soon as you enter the sacred space, and we're here together between the worlds. For some reason okay. My computer has lost its power. We would be disconnected very quickly. So cacao has an entity, a being, a consciousness, and it is a beautiful thing to work with. And we have ceremony with it, and we ingest it. We use it as a spa on the hands, and oil, and all kinds of wonderful things. And eat the beans and enjoy all of the things as it raises, like the dolphins, raises you into a state of peaceful, happy, blissful, serene, reverent, some of those really beautiful energies. Okay, so I am being guided to share the scale with you. If you don't have the scale of consciousness, I highly recommend that you get it. go to shop.nanakasha.com and you'll find a lot of free stuff there, as well as my meditations and everything else. And what you have is, just looking for it here, you can get the scale of consciousness for free. David Hawkins tested the vibrational rate of things, put them in a numerical order based on how far apart they were from each other, and related them to the emotional scale. And it is a very powerful tool that a lot of my clients really love using, that give you a tool to see where you are, how things affect you, and to help see where you are and where what you want is, so you can have more of a realistic perspective of what you're up against. And essentially, because a lot of people get caught up in like, why isn't it just this? Why isn't it easy for me? Or why isn't this happening for me? And you're not being kind, careful, and supportive of yourself by even having that attitude, because you can't see things that way. You can't perceive things that way. It doesn't work that way. So let's go ahead here. I'm going to share this slide with you. There we go. So this is my version of the scale. We've changed it and altered it some over time, using it as a biofeedback tool, as a tool of consciousness and awareness. And it's a communication tool. So everything's about communication, increasing your intuitive ability to receive, perceive, respect, understand, listen for, and then be able to translate it or interpret it. So take a look here at wherever you might be feeling. If you're blaming yourself or someone else, you're in the second lowest state of emotion. That means your emotional body is very heavy, and it's carrying a lot of weight. And you might be experiencing that weight in the physical body or in the mind, because the mind is thinking evil thoughts. Now, evil is a little extreme, but very thoughts about that kind of negativity, because this is a powerless state. And this is the state of guilt. What happens around you is destruction. You see destruction. You start destroying your life. You destroy your self-esteem. You destroy your health. You destroy your, this is where you see somebody slide down into the gutter, so to speak. And everything you see, the perspective you embody, becomes vindictive. And vindictive means there's so much blame in there. It's like, you did it and you're to blame for my problems. And it is one of the most trapped victim states that you can exist in. Okay? So this is how you use the scale. Let's say you're blaming someone else or yourself. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of hopeless. Then you've got some of you also in depression or indifference, the state above. Your mind is feeling maybe hopeless, or maybe you're attached to tragic things or frightening things. So you could look here to what you're experiencing in your mental body. A lot of people feel disappointed. Why didn't it happen? Why couldn't it happen? When's it going to happen? And this is where your emotional body is in a constant state of craving. And this is a very powerful state where most people on the planet live. It's a state of addiction or desire meaning you have to have it. You get desperate. You do anything for it, or you shut down. And this is where you feel stuck or enslaved. And every enslaved, stuck pattern that's still reflecting in your life has some of this state in it for some reason. And what happens is your perspective turns into denying. You may feel like you're constantly denied what you want. You deny yourself what you want. Oh, I haven't worked hard enough. I can't take time off. I can't go on a retreat. I have to do everything for everyone else, whatever it is. There becomes a denial energy that moves through everything you see. Your perspective is then what the lens your mind is looking through. Now, let's say you're feeling one of these lower states, and then you do a meditation and you feel better. And maybe you've risen up and you're just in neutral. which is pretty powerful. As soon as you cross from pride to courage, you're in a power state. Those are energies that lift you up. Everything below that are energies that weigh you down. It's why it feels hard. It's why it's a struggle. It's why all that stuff is because that energy, that state, it's just like you go there and you're in the snow, and you go here and you're sweating your ass off. That's just the state of that. Okay. And so when you actually say, I just let go, I'm not going to try to figure it out. I'm not going to, I can't do it anymore. I'm just going into the neutral zone. And as soon as you hit courage, your emotional body goes from all these heavy states into feeling affirmed that, oh, yeah, this is possible. Your mind starts to become the little engine who could. This is feasible. I can do this. This could happen. What happens in your environment? The process that you are in is empowerment. You are now in empowerment. It is what is around you, instead of aggression or being stuck or feeling like, all my life is just being destroyed, or feeling despondent about what you're in. You're now in a state that is empowering. And your perspective is permitting. Look at denying versus permitting. Suddenly you see ways that you could give yourself permission, or ways that permission is being given to you. And then you give yourself permission to let go of needing permission. And everything is permitting. A permit gives you a pass to get somewhere, to park somewhere. Now you have special treatment. Now you receive the help the energies have for you. So take a look through here on the higher states, from courage up, from 200 and up. Now I put all these states below the water, because the lower you get in the water, the heavier there is, the more pressure there is, the darker it is, the harder it is to hear, the harder it is to move. And that's the way that these energy states feel. So as you come back up, you start to see the light through the water. That's courage, neutrality, trust, optimism, hopeful feeling, intention, empowerment, right? But then you pop up into the air and you can breathe when you go to the state of acceptance. So I always teach this is where you want to go. Now, of course, I want to go to love, reverence, bliss, happiness, serenity, all this stuff. Yes. But you can't get there unless you go through acceptance anyway. So if you're down in regret and you're beating yourself up and you're blaming yourself and you're bouncing around between these lower states, and you just suddenly stop and say, okay, I'm in regret. Okay, I'm blaming. I see it. I accept it. I'm not going to play with it. I'm not going to stand inside of it anymore. I'm just going to accept it. And then your emotional body forgives, which means it lets go. It goes, it puts down everything that was in the emotional field that wanted to play around with being blaming or regretting. Oh, you blew it. You should have done that. You've lost your opportunity. You'll never get that person, this person, that person. It's an empty game. There is no justice. So that happens. And what goes on in the mind? You go from hopeless and tragic and all of that up to just feeling harmony. A mind that's in harmony then becomes a receiver for these light rays that are coming onto us now in the full moon. The full moon is reflecting the sun, mixing it with that divine feminine energy and with your emotions, and reflecting that down onto you. You fully open yourself to the full moon energy to receive that. And you open yourself, just like the moon is, completely to the sun, yourself, and the source of gold ray divine growth energy. Now, you may not go from blame and guilt and grief and all these things all the way up to acceptance, and you might go. You might fly through that and suddenly be floating in bliss. That's the state of peace. You see how high joy is? Joy is a master state. Who lives in joy? Dolphins. Look at peace. What kind of beings could teach you about peace? Where do you feel peace? It brings bliss to your emotional field, and your emotional field is your power plant. So what are you feeding yourself? What are you eating? What are you reflecting? What are you allowing or not allowing yourself to receive? The divine feminine energy in this beautiful Libra moon is freeing your mind to say, choose your state. So choose your state now. Just go through, and you can pick a different one if you want for your emotional field. Maybe you want to feel trust, done. And then you go to the mind and you say, I want to feel meaning, done. You go over to the process that you're going to be in, the environment that you're going to be in, because it needs to be what? Supportive to you. And you scan up that column and you go, oh, I like empowerment right now, but release would be incredible. And I really want to have intention, but I really want to feel like I'm just being illuminated. And you pick one of those. And then you dial in your perspective. So this is a really beautiful advanced process I'm giving you. So take advantage of it, because this is the gift of this moon. And our moon is coming to us with Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is the master. She holds compassion. She holds pain. And you are relieved of all of your pain, and you're filled with compassion. And that is the perspective at acceptance. So know that you will move from wherever you are up a little bit. Even if it's one state, it's better than playing where you were. You may move really high up and then come back into your body and go into your day and slowly go back down a little bit, but you go to bed feeling optimistic. Or maybe you just no longer feel the craving, and you can rest and trust. So dial in those. My whole crown is pulsing right now with whatever's coming through, up and down. So feel a pulsing energy coming in and out of your crown right now. The Jaguar spirit is here. The crown is on the Jaguar head. You are a part of that, and the pulse up and down. So allow it to go up like you have a crown on and it's growing and becoming really big, and then come back down like a fountain. You know, that they shoot up and then come back down, just like that. Yes, up, up, up and down, 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 up, and down, up and down, up and down, up, down, up, down. So there's some sound frequencies coming through that are releasing ties and attachments, like all that you've put in a box or all of you've put in a bag, emotionally, energetically, physically, but you haven't let go of completely. They're coming in to move those, to untie those, to release those, to bring the delivery truck, and you can wave goodbye to all of that now. So I'm going to give you a moment to dial in. This is really cool. Okay, so we're going to dial in. I wrote down cool. You're going to dial in your full moon abundance code. I feel like there's a different word there, but code. They're saying golden hologram. All right, so you're going to be dialing in your full moon code of abundance and abundance code, and it's going to be supported by the gold rays from the sun, bringing a hologram of harmony, and it's going to be supported by the silver ray of the moon, bringing the empowerment. It's an uplifting energy. It's an offloading energy. So it's like you turning to Ishel, the goddess of the moon, and you turning to Kuan Yin, who's come to be with us here, and they're holding their hands to you and they're asking you to give them your burdens. Give them your burdens right now. You don't have to remember what they are. You can allow highest good for me. I align to the truth and the clarity of my intuitive network, my soul and light body blueprint. And I enter this sacred space in trust, your love, revelation, and release. I enter this sacred space and am open and receptive to these energies of the sun and the moon, to being the receiver and being the reflector, from feeding myself and amplifying my reflection. I receive the sun expanding Jupiter, and Jupiter, wherever it is for you in your personal makeup, starts to expand, become brighter and brighter. The channels of abundance are here. The golden hologram of love and harmony are coming from the dolphins. They're casting a net over you. That net is gold, and yet it reflects a rainbow. And it reflects, and every reflection is a tiny part of you. Millions and millions of tiny glittering aspects. And each opens a door to another part of you, another truth of you, another power of you. Your beginning and end in this life and in your soul and any part of your soul and in other stars and in other places and other times. It envelops you in an abundance, a truth. Now I want you to see and feel yourself. You can close your eyes. I'm leaving this up if you need to peek when you're picking your codes, picking what you've chosen to dial in today. I want you to close your eyes and feel yourself standing inside of the sacred temple of light. You know you're wrapped inside the all-seeing eye. You're at infinity. You're connected as a clear and open channel to your highest good and what's optimal for you at this time. Jaguar Spirit Guide is here over us all, flushing and opening the crown chakra, opening that vision to see in the dark. Now there is so much light. You feel these lights shining on you. You feel that you've been released and relieved of all the burdens, all the heaviness. And you know in this very moment, I am the one. I am the one. I am the one at the center. I am the one that created this life. I am the one that came here with all of the codes and support and information to live a life no one has ever lived. I am. I am the one. Stand in that one. Stand in that bamboo moon. Kuan Yin holds the bamboo moon. The moon that shines on the bamboo field that's been growing and strengthening and building a root structure beneath the surface for so long. No one really remembers. Is this ever going to happen for me? Is this ever going to come to fruition? Is this ever going to grow? Am I ever going to be seen? Am I ever going to get to do what I love? Am I ever going to discover myself? The bamboo moon shows you. You can see through yourself now into your foundation. This golden hologram of light around you shines as an infinite fractal. You see symbols like Om and the Shri Yantra opening portals through time and space in you. You feel vibrations coming to you. You begin to sense that you are tuned into colors, sounds, frequencies, music even. Sounds like elements. Something is moving through your body, flushing through your mind. The moon, the sun, and Jupiter, they all come together and create this glowing layered silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, silver, gold, perfect balance. This is a moment of revelation and light. Breathe into your heart, expand your heart. Feel it getting bigger and bigger, going down your hands, your arms go out as far as your fingertips can reach. Your heart center is filled with moonlight, sunlight, soul light. You're embracing it now, absorbing it. The divine feminine says, receive and let go of everything else. Let go, put down, release everything, and open. The beauty you've been working towards, that you wish you were, that you wish you saw. It's in here. It's in that heart. And all the light is now showing you the gift in your heart. The gift that's been buried under all that blame and despair and regret, anxiety and craving and hatred and scorn. The light is so much. It's just the glow of the silver fills you, and you see the shadows of this incredible gift. Just the shadow, soft in the moonlight. You feel yourself willing to accept, I am the one. Embody the center, stand in the pillar of light, feel the flow of infinite light through you, from above, from below, through the body, through the mind, through the chakras. Stand in the center, feel everything spiraling into harmony. I release misery, hopelessness, tragedy. I release disappointment. I release being stuck, destructive. I release the need to disappear, blame, or to attack. And I give the grief, the fear, the guilt, the shame. I give the despair. I give it into the anger. And the anger is a flame. It is a red, hot, orange, burning, yellow, glowing flame. The anger transforms it instantly and rises. The violet flame, the blue flame, the luminous green violet flame. They rise as you feel yourself carried now You're being lifted. The gold hologram of harmony sends you like a soft mist. All different colors and frequencies, they bathe you in harmony. I am wrapped in the reality. I am empowered and supported in every minute. You release everything else, and Kuan Yin gives you permission. You feel release and rise, receiving more of the silver ray. Surrounds you with so much sense of pure, divine, unconditional love that you let go of everything and stand strong. The trust goes up and out the crown. The jaguar opens that eye, and you begin to see through optimism, hope. You feel inspired. You start to form creation, intention. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm ready. I'm willing. I'm ready. I'm willing. All that's been growing underneath, creating the strongest foundation, creating the roots that they can support me. This is the abundance that I am. This is who I am. I am not on shaky ground. I am not needing anything else. I am standing on the strongest soil, my own root. My root has been working. All that I have done, all I've released, all that I've remembered, all that I was designed to be. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. It is here. It is here. It is here. I am, stand in your central channel. I am, feel the silver ray totally infuse you. Accept it completely. I accept the divine, feminine, the pure, accelerated healing, the love without limits. Now you see and sense the gold light. You turn as your emotional body flushes. It releases, it empties. You watch it go in this light with love as your higher self. You feel love from within and without. Another divine, strong, feminine essence is here. Sekhmet has come. Sekhmet says, be strong because you are, not because you have to be. The strength is within you. You're stronger than you know. And that strength encoded in you assures your outcome. You feel supported by the masculine gold ray, saying, I'll build whatever you need. I'll fund whatever you want. I'll support you. I'll lift you up. I am on your side. And I command the gold ray. I command the ray of abundance. In this beautiful Taurus moment, love your abundance. Love what you can touch, what you have, what you feel, what you sense. Revere it. And it will expand. Jupiter will expand it for you, is opening doors before you. Venus is ushering in optimal opportunities on this path. And I am bringing you the codes of your soul, connecting you to your infinite self, to your blueprint, and to the powers that are required now for you to remember. I am bringing you abundance, the energy you can turn into gold, spiritual gold, physical gold, manifestation of any form of riches, relationships, health, happiness, abundance of what you want. The moon and all these divine feminine energies give you a shell filled with silver, liquid light. They say this liquid light holds the silver ray that has the elixir that, when infused with your own gold codes, will blend within you and open portals to parts of you you didn't know you had. You must understand that this power of abundance can be used to expand anything. So take and remember the support and the love, and allow your heart, your soul, your powers, your inner purpose to guide you. Use this to open your eye. Ask for abundance in your spiritual powers, in your trust. Don't jump first to looking for abundance in your wallet, in your bank account, in your bed. Jump first to who you must be, to what you value, to embody it and be it. And then drink this. So make that commitment to your divine feminine powers, your guides, and your soul self, that as you drink this power, you will always be on your path of right action, supporting yourself, loving yourself, developing yourself, realizing, recognizing, and being yourself, your infinite self. Now you will put in the gold code. The gold codes are what I told you to choose from the scale. So take a moment. You may remember, if you're deep in and you don't want to open your eyes, then just say, my spirit, my higher self knows what we chose. I give those codes now. So first, you are absorbing the powers of this silver liquid. This is giving your intuition a 36-year leap. You will connect with the consciousness of some part of you you feel called for. So now you're dialing in your emotional code. What is the emotion that you would like to dial in on this full moon abundance opening? Trust, optimism, forgiveness, understanding, reverence, happiness, bliss, receptivity, ecstasy. So think about that state. If you picked reverence, then embody it. If you picked happiness, then embody it. If you picked trust, now embody it. Now, what is the code that you dial in for your full moon abundance for your mind? What is the state that you most want to dial in? Harmony, meaning, abundance, serenity, reverence. Your isness, oneness, infinite. Lock in the abundance, and now dial in the environment that would most support you. Empowerment, release, intention, transcendence, expanding into abstract thinking, communicating with higher realms, revelation, seeing, understanding, seeing past, letting go, shape-shifting, transfiguring. An abundance of shape-shifting and transfiguring, illumination, appreciation, your conscious. Embody it. Feel it. What would it feel like to be illuminated, to be surrounded by illumination, appreciation, empowerment, revelation, shape-shifting? Now feel as if you've dialed that in, and there's just one more. What is going to be your perspective? What is the perspective you would like to embody? What gives you the ability to see and perceive abundance in the areas you most love? Permission, freedom, giving yourself permission, giving others permission, the sense of freedom in that state, feeling strong and enabled, supported, feeling inspired, like an inspiring perspective. Everything inspires you. You inspire. What you think, what your perspective is, comes in, you reflect it back. Compassion, wisdom, love, being loving, one, knowing you're one, knowing you can change things, shift things. You can shift your reality with a thought. You can step into that new reality. You're becoming the creator being. Or being all, being completely all, or being in flow, or connection with your self, your divine self. Once you choose it, embody it, and know that you've now dialed in your full moon abundance codes, going into this golden hologram of harmony. It's being fed and nourished by this silver love, light, liquid. Now relax and watch what happens as you stand in the center. Observe and witness your mind, your body, your energy field. These new codes are shifting things. Things are moving, changing, releasing, transforming, becoming, reconnecting, disconnecting. Now, practice being the receiver. Practice feeling your incredible foundation that's been weaving and building through all of your perceived ups and downs. Now begin to embody your body, bringing all these feelings, codes, these energies that are now around you and through you. Bring these guides of light. Feel Kuan Yin's compassion, the moon, the sun. Embodying that abundance, you now begin to see the gifts that were in your heart, that were in your soul, that are in, where are you seeing the gifts? They're all over now. You're coming back as the light, with the light. This gift is opening for you. Powerful opportunity. You have an opportunity to see and perceive the gifts that you've always wanted. The gifts that you came with. You now have a vision you didn't have before. You have the support of the light, the sun and the moon, and all you've just received, this powerful healing, rewiring. Receive your gifts. For now, just be the receiver, like someone at the front desk of a hotel receiving a package for you. They know it's for you. They've received it. They put it down. They make a note for you. They send you a message, and you pick it up when you're ready. Recently, I've received so many gifts, and I've seen that I live a life of a dream, of my dream. I love dolphins. I was a flipper girl. I wanted to be by the ocean. I live on the ocean. I work with dolphins. I've been able to do healing work with dolphins at a level so few people have. It just blows my mind. I get to see and do sacred ceremony, connect with spirit guides, and expand my purpose, my abilities as a seer. And these are gifts of my soul that I didn't believe I was good enough, and or I would do it but not allow myself to prosper from it. Or I yearned for it but I didn't know how to get it, or I felt someone or something blocked me from it. So Sekhmet is here to say that you're stronger than you think you are, that you have this encoded within you. Kuan Yin is here to say, I'll hold all your pain, and I'll hold compassion all around you. And that is the perspective of the state of acceptance. So allow this next week in these energies to repeat this, to keep getting your deeper messages. When you do an encodement like this, is a powerful light body process that has now downloaded into you frequencies that you can go back to your fear. It's going to be more uncomfortable. And you may feel doubt come up that this really worked for you, or how will it work? And those are all things that are distracting you from being able to see what's actually happening. So I invite you to, if you haven't already, to watch my new Third Eye and Jaguar Vision show from a few days ago. The Spirit Guidance with Dolphin Jaguar Animal Realms from yesterday. That was all dolphins and really amazing. And to look at getting a third eye opening with me right now during April. This is the season we're doing them, and there's going to be very powerful downloads that are coming. So if you feel drawn, it's time. Let's do it. And remember to come and join me on my retreats. The dolphins are calling to you. Magic is happening. We're going to all get to play together. And wow, that was very, very, very powerful. I'm still in it and out with it. So I am going to thank you for joining me for the full moon and ask you to share this, ask you to come, let me know how I can serve you, how I can support you. And hi, Ebony, Cheryl, hi, Brittany. And Be in this, do your work, accept yourself, be the I that I am. Oh, I am this. It's so much more fun to live a life when you're in here going, wow, look at who I am. Look at what I have to uncover. Look at what I'm discovering. Look at what's showing up. Look at what I'm releasing. And then your reality reflects that. So we give thanks to this divine moon and to Libra and to Jupiter and to the sun. We give great thanks and ask that Mars in Cancer bring us action inside positive emotions. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We thank Kuan Yin and Sekhmet and all the divine feminine energies. We thank that divine gold ray and the silver goddess ray. And we thank the Sri Yantra and this infinity healing chamber. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May this circle be open yet unbroken, and the peace, bliss, beauty, joy, strength, power that is coded within you unravel in the most gracious and loving way. So I received a glowing gold moon in my hands and I poured it over my head. If you're receiving something, receive it in your own way, and then have a beautiful and blessed day. I will see you next week for more animal channeling. I will see intuitive students in our accelerator tomorrow. We're going to use this abundant moon energy. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And create some incredible things. And stay tuned. We're going to release our new Infinite Self Mystery School curriculum for the coming year. And there's going to be some really, really fun things. I'm so honored to get to play with you. Namaste.